think we're live.
I think we're good.
What's up, everyone? Welcome. I'm Matan, man. I'm the producer and co-host here of Caps Off. First of all, thank you to Overlook NYC for hosting us here.
Yes.
Let's go.
Huge thank you.
My Lord.
We're gonna get started in a second with the actual podcast, but just a couple of housekeeping items to go through here, and then obviously we're gonna watch the games afterwards. So please feel free to stick around. Visit our marketing table right here. If you give us your email, you'll get a ticket for a free beer on us. And if the first half overhits, we'll be giving away prizes for our TGD merch store. So definitely hit up that marketing table. We got Brian and Olivia over here. Shout out them. They've been working their asses off for this.
It looks great.
That big cock Brock shirt is just incredible.
Yeah, so definitely get that before the game.
The ones to the left.
If you have questions about sports betting or want to get an exclusive offer today, visit the table and we'll help sign up. And you don't have to use your own money to bet. We have offers that include DraftKings $5 bet to get $200 in free bets with the code GameDay200. FanDuel bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets. Caesars first bet on Caesars up to $1,250. Use the code TGDFull. We'll be betting all day long.
Hey, nice job, Matan.
Thanks, bro. I got more. I'm not even done. Grab a koozie, see how to sign up. As a disclaimer, offer is for 21 plus. I think everyone here is that. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Dialed that 20 times this year.
Yeah, exactly. But before we get started, just for those of you that aren't aware, I wanted to give a little recap on how we got here. We started this podcast just as employees of the Game Day. We come into work every day and kind of shoot
Shout
the
out
shit.
Adam for the idea, man.
Totally, Adam's idea.
Shout out me.
We would shoot the shit about football every morning, and we decided, why not turn on the mics, throw some cameras on, make some good content out of it. We figured it was very compelling. So we appreciate you guys for, if you've listening, and for giving us this opportunity to come out and so.
In all seriousness, I feel like everyone here, for the most part, has definitely been a dedicated person from the start. So we appreciate you guys being here. This has been a lot of fun.
And we're live right now, so shout out the fans at home.
Yeah, we are live.
We would not be able to do this without you guys, so thank you to all of you.
And the Discord, baby.
Yeah, in the Discord. Anyone in the Discord
Anyone
watching?
in the Discord, shout out. But I guess we'll get started, right?
Yeah.
So welcome back to another episode of Caps Off.
Nice.
Let's go,
We're back.
boys.
We're in Overlook NYC.
Let's go.
We are live from Overlook.
This is different.
It's
interesting.
Divisional Round.
Yeah.
Had some good games yesterday.
I
Actually,
called
they're
that.
kinda
I called
shit
that. I called
games,
that
so.
bullshit.
yeah, you did, bro.
Both those games kind of suck.
But it's okay.
Let's be honest about it.
Well, the
I'm
Chiefs we all saw
devastated.
coming, but the Giants. Maybe it's because we're in New York, but a lot of Giants fans, man.
Dude,
I thought Cowboys fans.
Look
were
at the crowd.
I thought Cowboys fans were delusional, but
Y'all
I had
are
a lot-
delusional.
I had
You are
a-
the most delusional.
okay. But we have other delusional fan bases right by us, and
I'll give
the
you
Giants
credit.
also.
I'll give you credit. You said on the pod that the Eagles will win by 30.
30.
They won by 31. I was
right.
very
So
wrong.
You were still wrong.
I lost
technically.
money on
Yeah,
it.
I guess so.
It happens. Look, but success of a season for the
You
Giants.
got nothing to be upset about if you are a Giants fan. You are the Giants fan. There's nothing to be upset
Nah, I'm
about.
not
upset
at
if
all.
I'm a Giants
You are
fan because
proud.
I would have.
You
I
were
would have
sad
rather.
last night.
Not at
I
all.
would
I
have
was sad last night, but
You
I
took
would've
off your
rather
jersey
missed-
at half, bro. Like,
I know because we were down by 28 points.
What I'm happy
Fake.
about is
That's
they found
fake.
your coaching staff, but I would have rather have been horrible and have a top pick and try to figure out my quarterback situation.
Let's
you
get
really
there.
think that it's that much of
I-
a question still?
Well, we're
Yeah.
gonna dive into the Giants game a little further in a second, but we're gonna start with the first game of the day yesterday. Jacksonville, Kansas City.
Oh,
Obviously,
God.
Patrick
Whoa.
Mahomes got hurt.
Dolphin legend Chad Henne right there.
Dolphin
Adam.
legend.
Chad Henne.
Can we pour one out?
Michigan alum.
The fact that Chad Henne was doing something in the playoffs before Tua is really something that hurts.
Did you see that Kelsey after the game he came out? He was like, anything is possible.
Yeah. Shout out to 08. What was he, a top 5 pick in the draft, Chad Henne?
I don't know.
I don't know. He was a dog in Michigan, though.
Yeah, he was.
That was like when, I think it was fucking Rich Rod. Was that right before Rich Rod era? I don't know.
I have no
Wonder
idea.
what-
Well, what do we
yeah,
got for
I don't know
the
what
for
Rich
the
Rod is,
Chiefs?
Well, Patrick Mahomes got hurt, and then we were texting about this yesterday. But Patrick Mahomes with a high ankle sprain, is he still a top 5 quarterback?
He's
Yeah.
top
Dude,
one.
Patrick
You think
Mahomes
he's
on one.
still the best quarterback?
Well, like Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback we've seen, and I mean, you take away his leg.
Besides Dak Prescott.
If he's hurt, like you're taking away a lot of what makes him great, which is his mobility, his ability to improvise. But he's still, I mean, what he could just do with his arm in the pocket is
Bro.
We still don't see that. That's Aaron Rodgers level.
Patrick Mahomes on one leg is better than your quarterback. Like anyone else.
Relax. Don't say that about Tua. But I think
Tua doesn't even have a head, bro.
That's true. That's true.
Or spine.
You know what it reminds me of? You ever seen like those dogs that have the wheelchairs on 3 legs and they can still
They're
run?
like talented
Yeah.
as hell.
Still can do
I've never
everything.
seen that. I feel like New York, you see these different breeds of dogs.
Yeah, we see it in New York.
They're not on the Giants to be
Yeah.
fair, but
They'll
there's different
dog
breeds
as
of
well.
dogs.
Patrick Mahomes with one leg though is still top 5 quarterback. In my
I would
opinion.
say so. Yeah, I think he's like top.
You
one
could
or
put
two
Patrick
still.
Mahomes in a wheelchair, bro. He's probably still find a way to win the damn Super Bowl.
I still
Like,
think. He played amazing in the second half. Still.
Yes.
Like he was unreal.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're not surprised by this at all. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Him coming in,
best
Chad Henne
quarterback
could-
of all time,
he-
as Lipe likes to say.
No, I don't think
You know.
no. Most talented.
Dak
yeah.
Prescott, of course. But yeah, I don't know. I think if you're a Chiefs fan, this is obviously nothing new to you at all. If you're a Jags fan, you got a lot to be proud of. You have a bright future coming ahead. You know.
Well, that's the analysis, I think, right? Because
Yeah.
like we all predicted the Chiefs to win this game. None of us took the Jags. I mean, you said the Jags.
I thought they'd have a chance.
No, they were the
They stayed-
Bengals,
stayed in
right?
the
They were the
game.
Bengals.
All right,
Dude,
we're
shut
not
the
going
fuck
in
up.
that.
Sorry.
But point is that we all had the Chiefs winning, and best case scenario for the Jags was, keeping it a close game, and we know what they did. Like they turned around. What were they last year? They won 4 games last year, 2 games.
I think it was like
Something
3.
like that.
three or
Did
four.
anyone
Barely won.
here think the Jags actually had a chance against the Chiefs? Anyone?
Yeah.
Jack
Andy
Settleman-
did.
Jack
Andy
Settleman
knows.
did.
Y'all a bunch of liars if you
Yeah,
say
that's
that.
No,
Cat.
they're not. Andy knows. Andy knows.
You thought they would cover. Tim
But
said they thought it
here
would.
you go. Trevor Lawrence comes out this year. That's what you wanted to see after his rookie campaign when he was with Urban Meyer. Like you
Yeah.
can't blame him for having a bad rookie year.
That's a shit
You want to
show.
see him build off of that. He came into the NFL as one of the greatest prospects ever. They were
Yeah.
comparing him to Peyton Manning
Yeah.
as far as like prospects went. So you want to see him take the next step. He took the next step. He took that Joe
Well,
Burrow step.
On that note, do you think Trevor Lawrence next year can take even a further step and be a top 5 quarterback in the league?
Of course,
Bro, I
we've
think he's
seen-
already a top 5 quarterback.
Well,
Do you
relax.
actually?
Trevor Lawrence is the way that I
Not
go.
yet, but he
Top
could be that.
No,
five?
the way
crazy.
the way that I see it, I think, is that you go Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence. I think that's the 5. I'm not putting Herbert over him. I'm not putting
Felipe's
Dak over him.
so tight
Absolutely
about
fucking
that.
not Dak over him. Are you
The reason
kidding me?
I'm not tight is because I know Jack just talks out his ass all the time.
And you don't?
Yeah, we all do.
Well,
You
okay.
you were telling me that you would maybe put Dak over fucking Joe Burrow and Josh Allen if he wins this week. That's crazy.
No. I said if he performs like he did against the Buccaneers,
Yeah.
there's a
If
reason to
any quarterback
consider.
performs like
Bro,
he does against the Buccaneers,
If he does that,
any
he's
quarterback
won.
puts up 4
If he does
touchdowns,
that, he's
5
won 3
touchdowns.
playoff games. That's how many Joe Burrow won in his first playoffs last year. Like, get the fuck.
Yeah,
out
he had
of here.
a great team. Like the Bengals are good, bro. Like I hate the comparison when we gotta come. Like we say Joe Burrow is good. That's great. We don't have to compare him to Trevor Lawrence. They can both be great. If I say Dak is great, we don't.
Nah, one's
we
gotta
don't
be
have
better
to
than the
compare
other.
him to Josh Allen.
Dak's
Like we don't
pretty
have
good.
to
He's
do
not
that.
great.
One's got to be better than the other.
Dak
don't
is
think-
not a great
I
quarterback.
think Trevor Lawrence can play his way into top 5. I mean, we saw what
I think he
happens
is
when
already.
Josh Allen gets Stephon Diggs. He took the lead. If Daniel Jones could get a wide receiver 1,
Who's
he may
your-
be able to take the lead.
Who's
Jalen
your top
Hurts,
5
Tua.
then? Who's your top 5? Because I think Trevor
great
Lawrence is right
question.
at 5.
Uh,
You maybe put Lamar there.
Fuck that.
instead.
Who's your
really
top
want
five?
you really want my top 5?
Keep it
Tua,
real.
Skylar Thompson,
Lightning
Teddy
in a bottle?
Bridgewater.
Yeah. Mahomes 1, Josh Allen 2, Joe Burrow 3. I might
Jalen.
a healthy Lamar. Give me him at 4 potentially, and 5 Tua. I mean,
Stop, bro. Like
I
that's
mean,
For those that don't know, Adam is a Dolphins fan, so
no. I think everyone here knows that.
now
but-
they do.
Yeah. No, but I think I think with Trevor Lawrence getting Calvin Ridley, that's going to completely change that offense.
Did you put Jalen Hurts in that top 5?
I didn't because Tua took his job
I-
at Alabama, so that's
No,
why.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
well, Jalen Hurts is coming off a big win.
Therefore, if Tua is in Philly,
Well, here's the
You
thing.
never know.
Here's the thing. Jalen Hurts is coming off a big win, and he's had a great season. I mean, MVP candidate before he really went down. Probably should win the MVP still. I don't think he will. But I got to see more. I mean, you can talk about this all the time. Like, we were hesitant to put Joe Burrow in the top 5 after last season.
Yeah,
'cause
we need to
said
see.
we need
We
to
need to
see
see.
more seasons. And what's his name? Jalen Hurts wasn't a top 10 quarterback last year. Like, not close, right? Nobody was
Yeah.
talking about that. So I think
no,
one
he was
year
like
of elite,
bottom half.
1 year of elite play. I'm not ready to do that yet.
Yeah, me neither.
So
Same
Well,
with
my
Trevor,
top
though,
5 is
but for
different.
next year, though,
I'm
Trevor,
pumped to see because they get Calvin Ridley back. Ridley, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Marvin Jones, Zay Jones, like Travis Etienne. That's a crazy.
They got to
pass.
get another running back outside of Jermichael Hasty.
we
for sure.
we got to move on.
Hey,
because
Niner legend.
We started to talk about the Giants-Eagles game yesterday. Obviously, that did not go how I wanted that to
Felipe
go.
was right.
Felipe was right.
full disclaimer,
I'll
what
say
the
it
fuck
live
did
on
I
the
say?
pod.
What did I say on the podcast? I said the Eagles will win by 30 points. What
You're the
happened?
man. You're the man.
They won by
You're the man.
31.
You're the man.
They won by
Russell. You're the
31.
man.
I was at a
Cheers
bar
to that.
yesterday. I was at a bar yesterday with Jack, and I told his buddy, his roommate, I was like, man, make sure to take the Eagles alternate line minus 20. Because, like, minus 30 is a lot. So I was like, I'm going to say minus 30 because that's what I believe. But, like, get some cushion, minus 20.
But if Richie
Get
James
some
is not,
cushion
if Richie
minus
James
20.
isn't Richie James, they don't cover the 20 or whatever it was.
Bro,
21.
look, dude, they won by 30. Like, at the end of the day, like we said, we're not coming to Giants
Do you-
because we finished that. But
Is this more of a testament of the Giants being bad or the Eagles being the most dominant
Both.
team
Eagles.
in the
No,
league?
I don't think the Giants aren't bad. They
The
won
Giants
a
are
fucking
one-
the
playoff
Giants
game
were
on
the
the
worst
road.
team in the playoffs.
The Giants were.
easily, by far.
By
The Seahawks were way
Sorry.
worse.
No, they're not.
Sorry.
The Seahawks would get clapped
No.
by the
So
Giants.
Well, the
No,
Seahawks- the
I'm
Giants-
just happy you're not saying the Dolphins.
Wait, who
frankly.
won the Giants
Oh, well,
Seahawks
they have
game in the
Skylar
regular
Thompson.
season?
That's probably.
Giants Seahawks game?
Yeah, who won that regular season
I
game?
don't know. I
Yeah,
think the
no,
Giants.
It was a close game.
My
Seahawks
brain
won.
last night.
Seahawks
won.
Seahawks won?
Yeah.
Okay, so that shows you who's better. The Seahawks were better than the Giants. The Giants were an okay team. Like, what I think is you got a bright future for New York as far as, like, that statement goes, because I think we were talking about that, is the coaching staff. Like, you know you have a good coaching staff.
Yes.
You saw what Dable did with Josh Allen. You saw how much Daniel Jones improved this year. So you know you have that going forward, but I still think you have so many holes going forward. And I haven't seen this team draft well. I know they got Thibodeau this past
They
year,
just
and
had a
Evan
good draft.
and Evan.
Evan Neal was not great before he got hurt, but he did get hurt and he missed a
but
lot of
this
the season,
idea-
which means we haven't seen a lot
All
of
right,
him.
but this idea of drafting well, you're gonna swing for the fences. Sometimes it doesn't.
You
work
have to
out.
draft well.
Of course,
You're a
do.
Dolphins fan. You don't know what drafting well means. I know. I know what
absolutely
drafting.
right.
I know what drafting well means.
49ers, if it's a first round, we draft like
49ers, yeah,
ass.
yeah.
But everything
anything
after
that,
we're
yeah.
money.
I just think if you're the Giants, the glaring hole is obviously what are you going to do with Daniel Jones? What are you going to do with Saquon? You likely gave a contract to Daniel Jones. What is that long
You
term look
tag him.
like?
I agree.
The
You
problem
tag him.
is, what do you do with Saquon? Because you
I'll let
can't
him
pay
go.
running backs.
I'll let him go.
But he was your offense this
You
year.
let him go? Who
That's-
the fuck?
You can't let him go.
I don't
You
think
can't
you
let
Can't let
Saquon
him
go?
go because right now we're talking about.
But
we
he
just
looked
have to
like-
add pieces to what we have, and what we have right now is Saquon.
Bro,
So
he
if
looked
we're-
like
if we
booty
get
cheeks
rid of
last night,
Saquon,
bro.
it's like getting rid of like 70% of your team,
Here's-
and then,
here's the
and then
problem
it's just taking steps backwards.
Well, okay. So I say you let go of Saquon, assuming that Saquon's expecting big money.
I guess.
If Saquon's able to take less per year and not be the top paid running back, like Derrick Henry, when he took his deal, it was the same year that Christian McCaffrey got his deal. I believe Joe Mixon might have gotten a deal that year, but those guys got paid top dollar,
Yeah.
especially Christian McCaffrey, like unprecedented money. Derrick Henry said, I'm going to take less. I'm going to take like 12 or 13 mil, I think, when Christian McCaffrey was given like 15, 16 a year. And you saw what the Titans were able to do, build around that. If Saquon takes less money, then great. But I just don't think he's
Well, you
gonna
could
be-
backload the contract theoretically, but if you're a Giants fan, I think we're going to talk about it later. Like Giants Jets, I think the Giants and the Jets future. I mean, if you're a fan of either one of those teams,
The
New
Jets,
York
the
terrible.
Jets have a way
You
better
gotta be
future
proud
than
of
the
it.
Giants.
I don't know.
All you're missing is that quarterback. That's all you're missing.
No, and in
The
offensive
Giants have so
coordinator,
many
you
other
lack
pieces.
you have pieces, but you lack an offensive identity, and it's far easier to know if I have a quarterback moving forward.
But bro, you got
what
the
I need to
talent.
build
Identity
around.
comes with the quarterback. An
Yes.
identity comes with the
You
quarterback.
get a leader. You get a quarterback that comes in.
In an offensive
I think
line, in
Jimmy
an
G
offensive
could
line.
come
You
in.
have to get okay, but
That's an easy one. You can.
But you
deal
have
with
to. You're months away from that. And to me, if I'm a Giants fan, the fact that I know I can tag Daniel Jones and then go chase a D Hop, chase a T Higgins, a Michael Pittman, DJ Moore, any of these guys, I'm beginning to find that identity on offense.
They don't have any real defensive
They don't
playmakers.
have an
though.
offense. The
Like,
Giants don't have an offensive identity. If we're being
but they
honest.
have a quarterback, and it's that.
No, they.
the identity starts there.
They
They have a
Actually,
quarterback.
Well, every
We-
team has a. You can't play without a quarterback
Yo,
on
we-
the field.
I feel like Giants fans in the crowd, raise your hand if you actually think Daniel Jones is your quarterback for the future.
Is any
No one.
Giants fans
No
here?
one.
I don't
I know
see- I
there's
don't see
Jets
one.
fans
No
in the
one.
back, so
No
it's no one. There's no one.
No one.
Like-
Unfortunately, no one.
I love Daniel.
Yeah.
I
No.
think best case scenario, and we talked about it before, is like the Giants franchise tag Daniel Jones. You get him a
Okay.
receiver. It's
Okay.
best for both of them because if Daniel Jones plays out of his mind with that receiver, you extend him, he gets his money, and the Giants have their quarterback.
Yeah,
if
I
he
just-
plays bad, then he can go somewhere else, and
Here-
Giants have to deal with him.
Here's my problem with
Tell
Giants
me your
fans.
problem.
I know there's some
And then we
Giants
gotta
fans
move
here.
on.
And we're gonna move on quickly, but you were sold last week that this guy was your franchise quarterback, like the next 10 years. What was the conversation some people were having? Daniel Jones or Lamar Jackson?
Yeah,
Like,
somebody
get the
asked me.
fuck out
Somebody
of here.
asked me that before
Like,
the
are
game
you
yesterday.
serious?
And what did you say?
And I said, Daniel, and I said purely because
Did you seriously think that?
because his throwing ability, he's more of a consistent thrower. He's better at completion percentage.
I don't know about that.
Better
actually.
completion percentage after a whole year.
Wait, are we actually having a conversation between
No,
that?
so
Lamar and
that's not.
and
TJ?
then
Next
and then
topic.
I said, and his running ability
Is
is
Nicole here?
obviously not as good, but he's as efficient.
Get the
Obviously
That's
not.
not
as
Get
good.
That's
the
not close.
fuck out of here. Do
Daniel,
Whatever.
not do that right
Whatever. I'm not fucking having this argument with you right now.
now. All right.
We need to move on to the next
I'm with
game.
you.
Move on.
Closer than the
We got two more games that are being played today. So those were our recaps, but we got to look forward on the look ahead because We got 2 important games we can play today. We're going to watch here with the people here. Let's talk about Cincinnati at Buffalo. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league, right? Joe Burrow, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, which quarterback would you rather have, Joe Burrow or Josh Allen?
Joe Burrow.
And if you were to switch Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, which team do you think would be better?
Well, Jack is antsy, so I'll let him jump out right
Go
now.
for it.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I think Joe Burrow is a better quarterback. He doesn't turn the ball over.
Is that obvious?
In
Yeah,
my,
obvious.
in my,
No, it's
in my
not.
very, very biased opinion, yes, it is.
I don't
Joe
think it's
Burrow's way
obvious.
better
Why are
than
you
Josh
why are
Allen.
you biased?
I've been in
Well, 'cause
Cincy
he's
like
been a
5
Cincy.
times.
It's
I like
ride
going to
with Perotti.
Cincy.
Yeah, it's
Ride
Yeah.
with Perotti.
It's
yeah.
fun, dude. Cincy's it's a good underrated town. Skyline Chili smacks. Local.
no.
You haven't fucking had it.
Yeah, because it's gross.
See, exactly. That's
It's
the
gas
that's-
station food.
It's not
Whatever.
out of here.
Keep talking, Joe
Anyway.
Burrow.
No, I like Joe more. I think he's a better big game player. You saw him at LSU winning the biggest games. He literally made that team his best college football player maybe ever. I'm dead serious when I say that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Tim Tebow.
I trust him more in the big moments to not turn the ball
I
over
don't
and
think
play
it's
big games. and
it's completely.
he's got better talent around him too.
It's completely subjective to say whether or not you're going to take Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. And neither one is there a definitive answer. It's not objective whatsoever. I think what Josh Allen provides versus Joe Burrow is his rushing ability. The problem is the turnovers, right? So if you were to take Josh Allen and put him on the Bengals, that team is better than they are right now. It's hands down better.
I don't know.
Because don't get me wrong, Joe
agree.
Burrow is a underappreciated runner, but I think Josh Allen, when
No,
he
he's
provides,
not.
yeah, he is.
No,
I
no,
think
no.
He can scramble.
A quarterback that can run doesn't mean he's an underappreciated runner. There's a lot of quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins is not an underappreciated runner. He can run. Like that's
Okay, I'm appreciating him less than he should be appreciated. Jack, underappreciation. So for me, when I look at Joe Burrow, he can escape the pocket. That's what he did to get over the hump against Kansas City last year. Scrambled, I think it was 17 yards to get over the hump. My point is here is Josh Allen on this Bengals team is a far better team than Joe Burrow on this Bengals team. And I think it's because of the dynamic aspect that he brings from a rushing standpoint.
I understand what you're saying with that. But
Thank you.
I don't get how like you guys are so confident about one or the other. Like I feel like they're pretty close. They're pretty.
I agree.
They're
I
on a
think it's
similar
way
level
closer
where,
than
like,
you
Joe
think.
Burrow's first playoffs, he made it
Because-
to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like
well,
and he's
Well,
dominating right now. This guy's like maybe third in line.
What
in the
year
MVP race
what
this
year
They're
year.
is
both-
Josh
look,
Allen in?
Josh Allen's like year 4 or 5.
Yeah, I don't know.
Check me.
I think we're losing mics
I
here.
think we are losing mics.
We're
Something like
losing
that.
mics.
No,
Something
we're
on the
not, are we?
speaker is
No, I feel
We're
fine.
losing mics. All right. Well, we could still.
it's
I
good
just-
on the live stream, but the speaker is very.
We're in the
that speaker
Matrix.
blew out.
All right,
in
I
the
mean, I'm
Matrix.
gonna carry my point on. I mean, I think
yeah, we can hear you.
I think Burrow and Allen are pretty close. Who's more dynamic? Josh Allen because of his ability to run. He's also like he's got that hard nosed style about him, which like Burrow really doesn't. But his play style it's different. But I think what we've seen from Burrow is just more efficiency, obviously less
Right.
turnovers, and he's just a little bit more precise. Not only with his decision making, but I would say he's a little bit he's more accurate quarterback.
He's
more
a gamer too.
he's more of
bro.
like what you say, and he's a gamer. They're both gamers though.
Brock
So
Purdy's a
I'm
gamer.
just not confident like you are. You're like, oh, the Bengals would be way better. I don't know about that, but I really don't give a
Who would you
fuck.
rather have date
I
your
really
daughter?
don't care who I have.
Who do you
Both
want
of those-
dating your daughter? Joe Burrow or Josh Allen?
Oh, Josh Allen.
Jalen Hurts.
Fact.
He's the most handsome quarterback in the
Mm.
league. We gotta be. we gotta keep it real.
No. Jimmy
We keep
G
it 100.
Jimmy G got something to say about that though.
Jimmy
All right,
G's
well-
handsome too.
Well,
Joe
we could,
Burrow's also hot.
we
Like,
could talk about the Niners and Jimmy G if you want to. Oh, sorry. we
Oh
lost
God,
audio
we're
there.
losing it in the
I'll
Matrix.
speak loudly.
Oh no, you're
in
back.
the
You're back.
Matrix.
Oh, we're back.
Am I
Um,
back? I'm back. Wow.
If we're talking about handsome quarterbacks, Brock Purdy, I guess it's a good time to bring him
He's
up.
not very
Yeah.
handsome to be
He's
honest.
not.
He looks
He's
like
not quite
12.
Jimmy G.
Yeah.
He's not quite Jimmy G. But
Do you like
think,
little boys? What?
Do you think that Brock Purdy is in the prime position today for him to be exposed by the Cowboys?
I don't think they have the secondary to expose him.
Who?
They got
The Cowboys?
Trayvon Diggs, and that's it. That's all they got.
Well, yeah, no.
And Brock
you're
Purdy,
right.
they're not asking Brock Purdy to play a crazy game, throw for 320, 330, and 4 fucking touchdowns. They just need him to throw like 10 to 15-yard passes or something like that, complete the high percentage passes, and run the ball. And that's it. He doesn't need to do too much to
Right.
get
But
exposed.
the question is he in a position to be exposed? And
You're
I think-
always in one.
Exactly. That was my point. Is I think he's been in a position to be exposed. So yeah, for sure.
He's been in a position to be exposed ever since he was a starter.
Yes.
So
But
Okay,
but
fair.
I mean the Niners and Seahawks last week.
That is-
The speakers. All right.
Speakers are out. We'll keep talking loudly.
The Niners and Seahawks last week. That game went into halftime 17-16 Seahawks.
right.
So we know who's a better team between the Cowboys and the Seahawks.
Okay.
Now, if the Cowboys can get in a lead,
That wasn't a question.
What are we doing here?
what
bro,
do you-
he's doing this
y'all
transitive
always-
property
y'all-
bullshit.
Y'all,
Like,
y'all want a discussion? We're having a discussion.
We are. Okay,
You're
yeah,
saying
keep
is
going.
Brock Purdy in a position to get exposed? last week, like you said, Jack mentioned it all week on the podcast that Brock Purdy didn't have the best first half, and guess what? They were losing 17-16.
Yeah, but now he's settled in as a quarterback in the playoffs. He had that little half moment.
I don't
where
know.
He
I
didn't
think
look
he
too
can
great.
be. I think he might be pretty nervous going today. You playing?
You spoke to him?
You're going
You're
against.
going against America's team.
I texted this motherfucker,
Okay.
and Brock Purdy told me I am scared of number 11 coming off the
Well, I
edge.
would be too.
But not only is it
that's
number
all-
11, you
that's
got-
all.
I'm not
DeMarcus
scared. I'm not scared of him when you got
And here's
Trent Williams blocking him.
And here's the thing that Jack is right
Oh, I
about.
am.
As far as like big names, you have Trayvon Diggs and nobody else. You're right.
Okay.
But guess what? That same secondary that I was very worried about in the wild card round played very well against Chris Godwin,
Plural.
Mike Evans. That's right. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Julio Jones, Russell Gage. That's
Let's
a better
not act
receiving core. That's a better receiving core than the Niners have. But what I will give the Niners, it's not.
Bro, you just mentioned like
On
two
paper,
incredibly
what I
long
will
offenses.
say, what I will say about the Niners is they have a better system. So the Niners have a way better offense, absolutely. But as far as
Niners going to rush for
as far as-
250 yards.
that's cool.
today.
But as far as the secondary goes, the Bucks had a better chance of exposing us than y'all did, and the Bucks didn't do it, so
Are
the
you
Niners
shitting
won't do
me?
it.
Well,
Look at the offenses this year compared to
Adam, because
Yeah,
you're
you
not
guys
you're not
aren't-
involved in this.
yeah, exactly. I
Who
want to
has a better receiving core, the Niners or the Bucks?
on paper or right now?
That's
Right now.
Like,
Right
yeah,
now-
historically, Julio
like-
Jones, Mike Evans,
Yeah,
those guys
Julio
are better
Jones,
than
Russell
all the
Gage,
guys.
Mike
but-
Evans, Chris Godwin are obviously better
But
than
they all
what
were
the Niners
bums
have,
this
but they
year.
were terrible.
Yeah.
I put them over the Bengals.
Huh?
I put them over the Bengals at the beginning of the season.
See, if
We
I was
both
y'all, I'd
did.
be like, why are you guys talking about the Bengals?
Bro, but-
like, if I was you guys, like, I'm like,
Right,
Bro,
you're
but
right,
you
you're right.
you look at
Yeah.
like strict points per game. The amount that's what you need, right? That's what you look at like as an explosive offense that can take advantage of a defense. The Niners, since Brock Purdy came in, actually first in the league. I was wrong. They have more points per game than the Cowboys. He's been fucking crazy.
Okay,
That offense has been insane.
Here's the answer to the question. Yes, Brock Purdy is in a position to be exposed today. Does it matter? No. Because like you said last week, if you're a rookie quarterback, you're happy with what you got out of Brock Purdy.
He's
You're
playing with
happy
house
if you're the
money.
49ers.
what does that have to do?
Because he could be exposed and he could still be a quarterback for the future. I
But
don't
your
think it
question
matters.
is, can he be exposed? So you just said yes.
Yes, I did say yes.
All right.
Thank
so,
you.
Boom. That's the answer.
Okay.
Bro,
All in favor, say aye. Yes, he can be exposed.
all right, but I
Well-
think there's a better likelihood of him being exposed against the
We-
Cowboys than the Seahawks.
No.
No, I don't agree.
Well,
Actually, yeah.
let's just tell the people live, the people here what our bet is that we have going.
Oh, it's
Jack is a 49ers fan. Felipe is a Cowboys fan. Obviously, they're going to be rooting for their teams. We have a
Yeah.
little side bet going. I, not as a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, you better say
as,
Don't
a
let that shit
Giants,
slip.
as a Giants fan, would never in my life bet on the Cowboys. So I'm taking the Niners. Adam
Yeah.
is going to tail Felipe taking the
Prescott.
Cowboys. We've decided that the loser of this bet is going to buy the other two a steak dinner.
Yeah.
So
Romantic.
we're riding Niners. Bang bang Niner gang.
Well,
That's
that's
what I'm
bang,
talking about.
bang, bang, baby.
Well, I just
They're
think
riding Cowboys.
I posed this question the other day, and I want to pose it to the two fans. If you must root for the Niners, what's the starter pack for a Niners fan? Like that Mata needs to know about.
Well, it's working now.
Tell
Cool.
me what I need to know to be rooting for the Niners.
Like you mentioned,
What
a
you
few
got
things.
what you got to be is very delusional about how good Kyle Shanahan is. I think he's better than Sean McVay. I think he's maybe the second, third best coach in the league right now.
Okay.
I actually
that's probably
agree,
not
so
true.
That's fine.
That's probably not true. You got to think George Kittle is a more complete, overall better tight end than Travis Kelce.
not.
That's also a fact.
That's a cap.
You have to drink. You have to drink a bunch of
Dalton
Modelo's, not the cans, the bottles. You got to drink
Okay.
the bottles with the gold tops.
In and out.
In and Out, yo, if you don't like In and Out, fuck you. That shit is so good. Everyone thinks it's overrated for some reason.
It's overrated.
In and out is
It
by
is
far
overrated.
It's
the
because
worst
y'all
fast
don't
food.
know how to order In and Out.
It's
You
overrated.
put animal style on it to mask the
No,
flavor.
you don't put animal style on the burger, bro.
It
You
is-
get a regular burger, double, maybe 3x3 if you're feeling crazy. And then you get the animal style fries, extra
All right, all right.
crispy, extra crispy.
All right, for the
Like,
what about
Niners
the
fandom,
Cowboys
I
fan?
got you. What's the Cowboys fan need to know?
What's the starter pack for the Cowboys look like?
We talked a bit about this, but you got to be ready to defend Dak Prescott
I'm
at
ready.
all costs
I'm ready.
because people don't watch them; they just hear the narratives.
Exactly.
And they
They
follow
know the
narratives.
turnovers. Exactly.
You got to be prepared to defend
I'm
him at all
prepared.
costs.
Okay.
Look, I know we got Coors Light right now.
Okay.
Shout out
you got
Coors.
you got to be like probably
Hey, this
the
is our
most vocal fan on social media too.
Well, yeah.
Like
look,
you got to be in.
like when the Cowboys beat the Giants in week 3 with Cooper Rush, I acted like we won the Super Bowl. You
Yeah.
have to do that every week.
No,
Bro,
that
you
makes sense.
You're gonna get hate for it, but you got to do it.
No,
You
I
gotta
know,
act
bro,
like
you
gotta
you
say-
posted like 15 motherfucking stories after that. Like
And not only that, you know what else we got to defend? Michael Parsons, the versatility.
the versatility of Micah Parsons. Everybody gonna say, "Oh, he doesn't have the sacks of Nick Bosa."
You don't need it.
You don't need need it.
You don't need it.
That's not the point. You're able to move him around. He's going in.
He's
up
a
the
chess
A-gap, the
piece.
B-gap. Thank you. He's the queen on the chessboard. That's Micah Parsons.
That's Micah Parsons.
Oh, Lord.
What else we got? What else we got in the Cowboys starter pack? Help me
Go
out. Let's
Lakers.
Jerry
maybe? I don't
Jones
know.
is
Yeah,
the
go
Messiah.
Lakers, go Yankees.
Jerry Jones is the Messiah.
We don't love Jerry.
Yeah,
Jerry
no,
hasn't
Jerry.
doing.
We
Jerry
don't
hasn't
like
been doing a
Jerry.
great
As
job.
long as Jerry is your guys' GM, y'all ain't winning.
Oh, and here's the
shit.
thing: Cowboys starter pack. Cowboys starter pack.
Talk to me.
5 championships. We don't care when they were.
No, we don't.
We don't care that I wasn't born yet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That shit, we got 5 of them.
5 of them.
We got 5.
We got 5.
And the last one was 1995, and it may as well have been yesterday.
I wasn't even born.
Because the triplets are for real, baby. You know
All
what
right,
I mean?
all right. We got to finish up this segment, and then we're going to bring on our guest. But there are 4 teams playing today. Let's rank the teams, power rankings of the 4 teams playing today. Playing today.
Dallas
Oh.
Cowboys.
Jesus fuck.
Miami Dolphins.
Playing today, bro. Playing today.
They're always playing in my
Playing
head.
in your heart.
No. Realistically, I'm going to go Niners. And this isn't a reflection of who I think will win. I'm going to rank them.
Okay.
Because Cowboys will
That's a
win
good
today.
question.
No, see,
Cowboys, Bills will win.
this
but
is a smart man.
But
right
here's
here.
the rankings. Here are the rankings: Niners, Bengals, Cowboys, Bills. But the
No.
Cowboys
over
will
Bills
the Cowboys will win and the Bills will win. All right.
Bro, I gotta. I mean,
Who's your ranking? Just
Yeah.
give your ranking.
my
Spit it
rank.
out.
It's got to go. Obviously, I'm not biased at all. Niners won.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go
Right.
Bengals, Bills, Cowboys. Not that I'm actually more scared to face the Cowboys right now than I would be the Bills, but I still think the Bills are more complete.
Why are we talking about Why are you talking about playing the AFC team? You got to have to play the Cowboys. I mean,
No,
the Eagles
because when
if
we
you
go
want.
to Super Bowl,
Okay.
we're gonna have to play one of the Bengals
Okay.
or Bills or
Okay.
Chiefs. You know, so it's
Hey,
kind
hold on. Shout out KD just came in the building.
KD!
Davis!
Let's go!
You're
Saskatchewan
KD.
Rough Riders,
The
baby.
game day legend, Kevin Davis.
Matal,
Hey, he's
what's
a-
your rankings?
He's a minority shareholder in the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, by the way.
That is
Shout
true.
out the CFL.
That is
Yeah,
true.
that fucking
My
guy,
ranking
bro.
for the teams
Can I get
today.
another beer?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
below him. My ranking
Adam,
for the
you drink
teams
beer?
today is probably. It's so tough, man. Like I think this could go in any order. I think I'm gonna go Niners.
Bang bang.
Niners, Bills, Bengals, Cowboys.
Yeah, you a hater because you lost by 30. Go ahead.
That's
What's the next topic?
I'm
Yeah.
allowed to have. Yes, I lost by 30. It happened. You were right. You're welcome.
Do I have to answer it as
Cowboys.
part of the game or what I actually feel like?
No, what you actually feel
What
like?
you
Part of the
actually
bet,
feel.
the Cowboys are the best team.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, let's go.
But
I heard him.
if I'm ranking them, I gotta go. If I have to rank the 4 teams that are left in the
How about
playoffs
the
today,
Cowboys?
Yeah, how about them? Jerry Jones, fucking love him. I think I gotta go Niners 1, Jimmy Johnson. I think I gotta go Niners 1, 2. I gotta go Bills. 3, I go Cowboys. 4, I go Bengals.
4 Bengals.
And it's tough. And the only reason I put the Bengals there is because again, I need to see more. I need to see more from them to feel more confident.
What else you gotta see?
More from them, like I
Okay,
just
fair
said.
point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was our.
I don't know.
We
Go anyway.
got to move into our next segment here. But before we do so, I just want to say one more. If you go over to the marketing table over there and you want more game previews, recaps, whatever, sign up for the newsletter. Get a free beer if you subscribe. And to Black Office Buzz on thegameday.com. So
We're
definitely
giving
go
away
over to-
merch.
Yeah,
If
go
you
over to
sign
the
up,
marketing table.
we got a big
do
Cock
that.
Brock shirt. We got a beautiful Tyreek Hill
Saquon.
shirt.
Tyree kind of looks like Justin Jefferson.
There's nothing wrong with that. 2 of the top receivers
But-
in the NFL.
Let's move into the next segment. We're going to bring on our special guest here. We got a very special guest
Yo, let's move these beers
from
out the
yeah,
way.
from Snapback
Jack's way,
Sports. We got the very
Jack Settleman.
very own Jack Settleman.
Great first name.
Great
Great
first
first
name.
Great first name.
And an underrated
Yeah, this
last
one-
name as well. Underrated.
Is that not
Hey,
cold
cheers,
enough?
bro. Cheers.
Hey, Jack.
Thanks for coming on,
Welcome.
bro.
Jack's fresh from the barber. I don't know if anyone can see
Yo,
that in the
he's
camera, but
faded the fuck up.
30 minutes.
Hold on. Do we get audio
do
on,
we have
on
audio
his mic?
from Jack?
Let's just make
I
sure
don't
we
know,
think either, Jack.
keep speaking. Let's
You
test.
got me now? No.
Not quite.
It's like
not coming through the
It's like
speaker
instead
yet.
of Snapback Sports, it's knockoff sports. But yeah, what up, Jack? How are you?
What?
I'm good.
No?
Felipe
Like knockoff or something?
has the best analysis out of the crew after
Thank-
30 minutes.
Thank you, bro. I tried to tell him like
I don't-
I need like a judge, like somebody that's
I don't-
objectively listening. And now we
Obviously,
have
once
Jack.
you talk
Thank you.
Cowboys, a lot of that goes out the window.
Sure.
But in the rest of the sphere of football, I
See,
like
here's the
Felipe.
thing: is I don't act like I know football, like
Yeah.
the ins and outs. I couldn't recognize a cover 2 from a fucking
Yeah, that was
4 or
good.
5.
I don't know what the
bear.
fuck that means.
I see it
Uh,
on Madden, but if I saw it
on
in real life,
Madden,
I
yeah,
had no
yeah.
clue, bro.
Jack, tell us a quick synopsis about yourself, who you are, how you built Snapback, any other things you've been working on, whatnot.
I went to the University of Texas. Oh, who said Joe Burrow was the best college football player of all
Yeah,
time?
right here.
Yeah.
Vince Young, baby.
Young
No.
Yes, sir.
Hey, he was nice, but he wasn't Joe Burrow.
Go look. I mean, Joe Burrow played with the best weapons of all
Yeah,
time.
Yeah, only
Joe
Jamar
Burrow's
and
a
Justin
product of the
Jefferson,
system,
bro.
or what?
Vince Young, the year they won the national championship, Texas averaged like 49 points per game.
That team was stupid.
It was like literally insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, went to UT, worked with Matan and Dennis
Shout out.
previously.
Whistle.
Shout out.
Whistle, and been working on Snapback for a couple of years.
That's sick. And you went to every Monday night football
Every
game this
Monday
year.
night
How was
game.
that?
Went to every
Yeah.
Monday night game. It was unreal.
What was the
Levi's
best?
Stadium,
I was like, how'd you like
San
Levi's?
Fran was amazing.
What was the best stadium? you hit?
Lambeau was the goat.
Why?
Undisputed.
Why?
I heard the atmosphere
The
is
people
just-
are great. The atmosphere, even in a down season, Lambeau's iconic. It was unreal.
I've never
Yeah.
been.
You gotta go.
We
I
gotta
gotta
go.
go. It looks like
You gotta
it.
go.
It
I don't
looks
know
like
why
a
when I was-
football
Especially for
stadium.
both of you guys, NFC teams, like
Yeah.
I'm an
you guys
NFC
are
team,
kind of
yeah.
irrelevant. But
Guy,
Falcons Packers don't really have that rivalry.
Yeah, we
We
don't
heard
have
so
that.
much, but it's true. All right, well, we're gonna do some factor caps here. Obviously, Jack here is from Baltimore.
They
He's
wanna yell
a Ravens fan. If you're here in the crowd, feel free to scream out what you think, fact or cap. But we're just gonna go through a few prompts. We'll start with the Ravens one for you, Jack. Fact or cap? Lamar Jackson should stay with Baltimore.
Cap. He should not
He
stay.
did say Jack. He did say Jack.
I don't know.
Oh
if
yeah.
he said
Jack.
See, this is where it's gonna fuck with me. I was
All
like,
right,
why?
Settleman. I'll go
Jack.
Settleman and Parodies.
Yeah, thank you.
What
All
do we-
right.
Just shout it out when you think.
A jack off.
Lamar Jackson should stay. Like if it's
Fact
up
or
to
cap?
him.
Yeah, whatever.
That one?
However you want to interpret it.
Fact.
Why?
Should or
Should. He
will?
said should. He
Should
said
and
should.
will are two
Does
different
that
things.
involve your bias?
Yes,
Alex?
we'll start with
I
if
want-
it's up
I
to
want
him.
you to tell me why you think that the organization has been negligible to Lamar.
Oh,
and
he's
I'll-
big on this
I
shit.
know.
Yeah.
And I understand from an outside point of view, but I have good counter.
I'm,
So I
I'm,
want
hey,
you-
I need popcorn,
I
bro.
want you to come prepared.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right.
Relax.
First and foremost, what was it? Was he should stay or he should leave?
Should stay.
That's a cap. Because again, you've been there 4 years, right? Check me.
4 or 5.
Four and a half.
Five.
We'll say
Five,
five.
yeah.
Okay, you've been there, and what's your number one receiver that you played with in your entire career?
Hollywood Brown, Rashad Bateman,
Oh,
Mark,
stunning.
Mark Andrews.
Stunning. Yeah, that's awesome. How far did it get you? Where did it get you as a quarterback? It got you to a point where you got Daniel Jones being compared to you. You are so much more
Hey,
talented.
you don't have to yell, buddy.
Yeah, but everyone's talking, so I'm trying to.
I think
It
you're
don't
like
matter. It
spitting.
doesn't
You're
matter.
yelling so
I'm
loud,
excited.
bro.
Yeah,
No,
get
look. At
excited.
the end of the day, Lamar Jackson to me is a top 5 quarterback, hands down. Am I loud? Am I too loud for you right now?
Yeah,
I'm going deaf.
I think Lamar Jackson's a top 5 quarterback. I think from a standpoint of a rusher, yes, he's obviously the best rushing quarterback in the NFL. In the NFL, from a pocket passing standpoint, I think he's beyond underrated. I think we haven't been able to see his ability as a pocket passer since 2019 when he led the league in passing touchdowns. So for me, as a Ravens fan, I want to be able to go out and get a wide receiver one, a true alpha to play with Lamar Jackson. Hollywood Brown ain't it. Rashad Bateman, as much as we want him to be
He's
out
been
of
hurt.
Minnesota,
He's been hurt. bro.
but that's the point. You can't trust that. What does Jack always say? The best ability is
Availability.
availability. Okay? And at the end of the day, Mark,
Why
one
Tua is a
year,
bottom
it's
10 quarterback.
been 2 years. Has it not? It's been 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the
2
end of the day,
years?
if you are a Baltimore Ravens fan, yes, Lamar's likely going to stay because Greg Roman is now gone. But you need to go out and get an X, as you would say, a wide receiver one, a true alpha to help your quarterback. And I think the reason
Kenny
I say
Golladay.
it's organizational negligence is because you failed to
Fuck
build
you.
around Lamar as anything more than a rusher. And yes, it's his best skill set. It's his best asset. However, I think you need to, in today's NFL, have a wide receiver that can go out and get it. The Ravens don't have that. And because of that, I think Lamar should leave because he should go to a team that values his ability, not only as a rusher and as a passer.
All right, let's hear from
End of
Settleman.
story.
Let's hear from
Here's-
Settleman.
Here's the counterpoint.
Yeah, I kind of fell asleep with
I
that
think
argument.
Me too. I didn't know where I was
I
going
don't
with
think it's been a lack of trying
Okay.
to surround him with items, right? They
I-
drafted Hollywood Brown. They have
Yeah.
Mark Andrews.
He was supposed to be a stud.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
drafted J.K. Dobbins,
Yes.
right? They got injured. Same thing with Rashad Bateman. Now, they haven't brought in the number one, but they spent 2 first-round picks on Rashad Bateman. And
Will you relax?
Yo, what the?
now I got
Whatever,
Felipe
leave it.
excited.
Felipe's
They spent
excited.
Yeah,
2
yo.
first-round picks on wide receivers. If one of those turns into Justin Jefferson, are we saying it was a lack of trying for the Minnesota Vikings? No, they haven't panned out. Now, what they did to successfully surround him with was Greg Roman was great for his development to begin his career. Not to mention, he's got one of the best defenses in the league and one of the best offensive lines in the league. The rushing attack takes pressure off of Lamar Jackson. So, for the first 3.5 years, that was what Lamar needed. Now, if they tag him and they don't bring in anyone, then I'm with you. But up until this point, they have surrounded him and gotten a bit unlucky. I mean, 3 injuries to their top 3 weapons.
You put your fucking
Let me
hand
jump
out.
in.
No.
Did he not just say
Hey, tap him in. Tap him in.
Did I not?
He was
Tap
looking
him
at me.
in.
Did I not
He
just
was
say
looking
everything?
at me,
Did
not
I,
you.
on Thursday, did I not just
Shut up.
say?
Let him
Did I not
jump
just say on the Friday episode everything he just said? How are you going to predict injuries? They've been trying. They spent first-round capital on receivers.
What was Hollywood Brown at
Hollywood
Oklahoma?
Brown was
It
a
was a
beast.
first-round capital. They're going
Hollywood's good
for it.
player.
He was really good.
He was a good player, but was he ever an alpha
No,
wide
no.
receiver?
Yes,
Yeah.
at Oklahoma.
No.
He ran deep balls.
Hollywood's
was
never
fine.
going to be – look, the thing that they haven't given him with Hollywood or Bateman, they need a big guy for him. You need a possession guy that you can target 10 times.
Can I ask you a
Larry
question, though?
Fitz,
Let me
like-
ask you.
D-Hop.
Yeah.
D-Hop. Bring in D-Hop, and that changes.
That'd be
Bro, we've been
perfect.
saying that
the
with
point,
every team.
But that's my
Bring
point.
in
He's so
D-Hop.
fucking
In the last
good.
4 years, we've always said
Yeah.
bring in a
Yeah,
D.
no, I know, I
Bring in
know.
an X wide receiver.
I agree.
The deadline came around. What did you do? Because your Hollywood was gone, Bateman was hurt, and you had Mark Andrews. You were trying to make
Correct.
a run. You were one of the best teams
Because,
in the
Roquan
AFC
Smith.
North.
because if they brought in one of those guys in Greg Roman's passing offense, it would be a waste. Versus they spend that
Yeah.
high capital on Roquan Smith, who changed the entire defense.
Agree.
So if you're making a
Agreed.
choice between would you rather maximize the team or make the offense a little better, but because
Yeah.
of Greg Roman, look, give it a year. Greg Roman plus Greg Roman out. Give him a passing coordinator. Give him a weapon. And then let's see. With Rashad Bateman, you saw what Lamar did
Yeah,
with Rashad
dude.
Bateman.
In 2 games, wonderful.
Hey,
Okay.
Rashad
But-
Bateman looked like a dog.
In
Yeah, he
four-
cooked
He was
Miami.
my
cooked
best
Xavier
fantasy
Howard.
player for
Through
2 weeks.
4 games when Rashad Bateman was playing. He was the best offense in the league. Lamar was leading the MVP conversation. He was
Yes.
throwing for 300 yards.
And they still somehow lost to
Go-
Miami.
Go run the tape on the Jets game. Lamar, 3 touchdowns, 220 yards, 80% completion. The Jets defense is the best defense in the league.
I don't think they became the best defense in the league until later in the season.
We got to move on to
But-
the next factor.
Did you
Cap.
just
All
say
right,
the
can I-
Jets had the best defense in the
one
league?
of the best.
One of. Can I just say fact? I'm
Last
gonna say.
thing.
I'm
Sorry, I
gonna
just
say.
had to
No,
interrupt
I'm just gonna answer the question. Fact
Yeah.
or cap? I'm gonna say fact. It's just stay in Baltimore. He is, like I said, he is the embodiment of Baltimore. Like when you talk about a quarterback, what is a quarterback that fits Baltimore as the
Yeah.
city? It's Lamar Jackson.
In fairness, when we did have this conversation, it was that Greg Roman needs to go.
Yeah, and yeah.
So now that Greg Roman, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate
Right,
here.
right.
A little engagement, a little biases. I would love for Lamar to come
Yeah.
to Miami, but with that being said,
Yeah,
because
dude,
Greg
I do
Roman's
that
out,
too.
yeah, you can stay there.
Okay.
I'm not
All right,
opposed.
we got to move on to because we
I
got
was
a bunch
way
more.
too long.
Always
We
has to
got
go to
a bunch
Miami.
more. We got to move a little quicker through
Naturally.
these. All right, factor cap. The Giants should sign Daniel Jones long term.
Cap.
Well,
Cap.
well,
Cap.
Well, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, so it's cap.
Get Cap. Yeah, give me a franchise tag. They should
Jackson's
tag
like-
him, get him a
Get him
wide
a receiver
receiver.
1, and if he balls out, then yeah, do it. Isn't
He's
that what
not
he?
balling out.
Isn't that what he
He's
just
not
said with Lamar?
balling
And y'all were like,
But if
oh,
he
I'm
gets
getting
a wide
everybody
receiver-
out for a receiver.
No, if he gets a wide receiver, he's not
Can I-
balling out. He's a product of the system.
Whoa.
Move on. And the
Whoa.
only person they need to move on more from is what Felipe said. Saquon Barkley embodies the team, is the pulse of the team, is the best, probably New York star in the media.
But
in the
that's
past
why
20
we
years.
shouldn't move on from him.
That's exactly
Let him
why
talk.
you need to move
He's
on.
cooking. He's
Because
cooking.
You
they're gonna
don't need to
overpay
pay him $18 million.
he's overcooking
Hey,
it. He's
You got
overcooking it.
James Cook and Devin Singletary. You got Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You don't pay running backs. Ezekiel Elliott is
Wait,
the
but this
reason.
was about Daniel
Yeah,
Jones.
that's fair.
And this is my
No,
point.
but he's saying it's
Don't-
all.
Hey, hold up, let him cook.
Tony
Hold
Pollard's
up.
a 3rd-round pick.
Everyone
Exactly.
said let Russ cook. We saw what happened. Keep cooking.
Just don't pay a running back, even Saquon Barkley. Christian McCaffrey, right?
Yeah.
How good were the Panthers with him?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, they sucked.
It's the only reason he's valuable to
Wow.
the Niners is
I like-
because he's
I
not
get
a
the
cap
point.
hit.
I get the point. Let's
Hey,
talk
well,
about
and
Daniel
he fits
Jones.
the-
though.
yeah,
all
I
right.
get the not paying
All right,
Saquon.
Daniel Jones, do you really not know what you're working with?
I know exactly what I'm working.
You know
So
what? He's
why
a
would
good.
Yeah,
He's
so-
a good stand-up guy. A really nice human.
He
You
is,
Right.
that's
know.
true.
Date your
I'm just
daughter.
saying,
He likes
Daniel Jones
Pacifico.
is
I
moment,
can respect
he's
that.
moment
With
Jimmy
that.
G.
I agree. I'm going to say cap. The Giants should not sign him long term.
How long
Yet,
is the term?
Let's say minimum 5 years.
Okay, then
yeah.
cap.
I think it's cap right now. I agree. I think we franchise tag him. Felipe made the point last week. Actually, I was away. I was not on this pod, but I listened to it, and I heard Felipe say
Dedicated subscriber.
that Daniel Jones is not yet the quarterback of the future in New York because we haven't seen enough of it. We saw one season of him playing really well.
No,
And not even really well. Playing
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
He played well.
I mean,
took
he was
huge
he was
stride.
he was above average.
He
We got
took
it, we got it.
huge strides this season. Totally.
Okay.
We have seen more of his career of him being shitty.
Do
than
you
we
want to
have
see
seen
the
him.
Giants go to the playoffs or win a Super Bowl?
I want to see them win a
That's
Super
a
Bowl.
good-
But we won a Super
Daniel
Bowl.
Jones
But
is
let me
not-
ask you
But we won a Super
It's
Bowl
a
with
different
Eli
NFL,
Manning.
though.
But let
And
me-
I'm
a
saying
Ravens
Eli
fan,
Manning.
But
and
Daniel Jones is
we
a
won
more
with Joe
skilled
Flacco.
guy.
Y'all could
It's
replace
different.
me on the pod with Jack, and it would be the same in the house.
Same
Yeah, literally.
Let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question. You've yet to see Daniel Jones have
That's good.
any
That's
real
good.
supporting cast.
For sure.
We've seen that in today's NFL, we cannot actually properly identify what
Agreed.
the quarterback is worth, like a Tua, like a Jalen Hurts, without that alpha. So how can we properly actually identify what Daniel Jones is if he hasn't had talent?
The difference with that is we didn't see it in Jalen Hurts. We didn't see it in Tua after how many years? This is what, his fourth year in the league?
I agree.
We have.
I think
Did he
But-
play with Odell or no?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
One
so. No.
one
No.
year maybe.
But,
No?
but again, which is Felipe's argument that you haven't made yet, so maybe you can't replace it, is coaching staff. It's always been about coaching staff, and it's the first year with a real coaching
Dave,
staff that believes
I
in him.
picked the Jags to win the division. I picked the Giants to win the division.
Oh, wow.
I'm all about the coaching.
He didn't.
But
so-
I-
Subtle flex.
I don't know.
I am not about Daniel Jones though, because he's a dime a dozen.
But he's very
He's Danny
nice.
Dimes doesn't.
He's a good guy.
Look,
He's
I
a
think-
good
I think
stand-up
to-
guy.
To Jack's point,
First in, last out.
we've seen what a good, maybe slightly above average, or maybe some people could argue average quarterback will do for you.
Yeah.
He's not going to win you a Super Bowl, and I would rather bet on the big bucks, like somebody who can go win
Exactly.
a Super Bowl. It's
We
just
want to win Super Bowls.
Yeah,
We
you
wanna
need an
win
elite
playoff
quarterback like
games.
Dak
you
Prescott.
look at
Actually, right now, yeah, that's a little bit how I feel.
Which is
Bro,
fair.
Yeah,
and-
like
and
we've
it's
been
been
just it's
11
just
years.
been miserable.
But it's crazy, right? Because like I remember there was the meme for the longest time from like 2000 to like 2012 or 13, 14. You look at the teams that have won Super Bowls, the quarterbacks. It was like 4 quarterbacks:
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, and then like
Joe
I think Joe
Flacco.
Flacco was like the other guy. It's
Yeah.
quarterbacks that win Super Bowls,
Yeah.
and Daniel Jones is not a Super Bowl winning guy.
Yes,
If,
and we can wrap it up
if
after
Trent
that.
Dilfer can win a Super Bowl, Daniel Jones can win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you know this is a Ravens
I
fan.
know that it's
Like-
not 2000 anymore, and that's the difference. The total of
The way that the
Super
game
Bowl
has
was
changed.
42.5. The total this year will be 51. It's just a different game.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the
All
thing
I'm
that-
saying is I am supporting my fucking guy no matter what. Right now, he's my
Yeah.
guy. The same way Felipe is going to stand behind Dak no matter what. I'm fucking supporting my dude. He's
Let's
been our
go,
dude.
it's on.
He's been playing great. Daniel Jones to the fucking moon.
Fuck
Hey,
yeah.
Let's
I
move
just-
on.
Just love the guy.
I'm proud
I
of
love
you.
the guy.
We're not gonna
Stand-up
talk shit
gentleman.
on my buddy.
Let's move on. Factor cap. The Eagles have the best system in football.
Cap, it's called the
Fucking
49ers. Call the 49ers.
Y'all are too passionate about it.
What do you mean?
No, that's
No, I
crazy
think the
talk.
Niners-
I'll go fast. I'll go fast.
You think the Eagles
I'll
have a
go
better
fast.
system than the
I
Niners?
think they
Why-
got a better
why-
team
why you
than the
gotta-
Niners on the O line? The O line
Yeah,
alone,
yeah.
I think.
But the system
But the system.
is the team.
The way the
so
gears turn.
You,
they
you
built
could put Felipe at running back, Adam at quarterback, and fucking Matan
Yeah,
at
but I'm nice,
fucking
bro.
wide
Whoa,
receiver,
whoa, whoa.
and we would win.
You've seen my passing ability on the
But
court.
Miles
You got
Sanders,
vision.
Miles Sanders, is he a good running back?
It's okay.
No.
He's aight.
No.
1,300 yards and a Pro Bowl.
Facts.
I mean, we saw guys like Elijah Mitchell and fucking Jeff Wilson,
That's
all
his
these guys
point.
ball out with the Niners.
Those are good players.
No, you think Miles Sanders
Yeah.
is
No,
worse
no,
than
no.
like Jeff
No,
Wilson?
but they're not Pro Bowlers this year. And,
No.
and Miles
Well,
Sanders
neither is Tua. And Tua
Yeah.
Cook. Tua was the number 1 voted
Yeah.
person in the entire Pro Bowl. So
always
the
about
Pro
the
Bowl
Dolphins.
shit
You got,
is
you
rigged.
got,
Yeah, you got all Hawaii with 'em.
3 Pro
Shout
Bowl
out.
offensive linemen. You have 4 guys who had double-digit sacks. You've got 2 lockdown cornerbacks. You've got look. If you're saying Kyle Shanahan is the system, then yeah, he's better than Sirianni. But team-wise, I'm saying I'd rather the Eagles.
the idea-
Team-wise, you think the Eagles? You're saying they're more complete.
Yeah,
But
but
like,
that's not the
You're
system.
But
saying
the
the
system, I
system.
think, is where you can pick and plug any guy given any Sunday,
Exactly.
and they're going to go and win. I
You
think
don't
that's
think
what the
Brown
Niners
would be
got.
good
Bro.
in Philly?
He would.
No, I don't know.
No, he would.
Kenneth Gainwell had 100.
I think he'd be good in Philly. I don't think he'd be as good as
All
he
right,
is
so
right
then
now.
the Giants are the best system in the NFL.
The Giants.
Yeah, because they plugged a shitty quarterback. And they
All right,
made him
all right,
look
all right.
awesome.
I love it.
I think the idea of a system is can you plug and play?
Yeah.
And we've seen time and time again, San Francisco can plug a quarterback in
Third and Jawan.
and find
Jennings.
a way
Jeez.
to get to the promised
I
land.
agree.
Every year
They
it
got
feels
a
like
good
San
system.
Francisco is the deadliest team
I agree.
heading into the playoffs. And because of that,
So you're
I say
saying
cap
cap.
to it. No, I say cap to it. I think
That's
the
what I said.
Eagles without Jalen Hurts
Yeah, that's fine.
are
No,
not
that's
the
something.
same. And for me, I think the 49ers have the best system in the NFL.
Talk to me dirty, Papa.
Factor cap.
No, I'm gonna go cap. I think it's the Niners, but I don't think it's by as much as y'all say. But I agree. Plug and play. Plug
it's
and
like
play.
one,
cap.
two.
You say fact?
No, Cat. In that world, yes.
Yeah.
Systems.
All right.
I like
this.
it.
one's not
I
a
still think
factor
the
cap.
Niners are a more complete team than the Eagles. But you know.
All right, go ahead.
This one's not a factor cap. This is we're a little overrated, underrated. Dak Prescott, overrated, underrated, properly rated.
All right,
Underrated.
let me go.
Underrated.
No,
All right,
here's
all right,
the
can
thing.
I go first?
Yeah, let
Yeah,
the
Oh
Cowboys.
yeah, I'll let you go. I'll let him cook.
Dak Prescott's the most underrated quarterback we've seen in the past few years. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me why.
No quarterback in the NFL is as
Polarizing?
I would say, yeah, as polarizing, as scrutinized as Dak Prescott is right now in the league. Like I was showing Jack a tweet yesterday. I was hanging out with Jack yesterday because we're boys. You know that. You know we hang out sometimes. We're watching.
Yeah,
the
you know, outside
Chiefs.
of West Village, we'll hang out. You know, like
We're watching the Chiefs. And somebody tweeted, they were like, yo, if the Cowboys, right now the Cowboys are supposed to lose because they're going against this incredible system. If the Cowboys happen to win tomorrow, it's going to be because they played a rookie quarterback and they're not going to
Oh,
get
I'm
credit for
telling you,
being a
I'm
rookie.
pulling that excuse out of my
Yeah.
ass all
And
day
that's what
tomorrow
they
if we
do.
lose.
And that's what they do
Oh,
with
yeah.
Dak every single week. He wasn't supposed to beat the Bucks last week. The Bucks, Tom Brady.
Y'all were favored. You were supposed to win.
Yes.
Like, what do you mean?
But we're not talking Vegas. We're talking public perception, right? Which is different than Vegas.
Well, we're for the public.
Sure.
You should have won.
Sure.
You did win.
But
Mazel tov.
But the thing is
Mazel
Dak
tov.
Dak always has to supersede expectations. And if he underperforms and the Cowboys lose, and he's gonna get the hate for it. If he overperforms, he should have done that. And no other quarterback has that. If
agree.
Josh Allen underperforms, oh, it's Josh Allen. It's okay. He'll bounce back. Dak doesn't get that pass.
I agree.
So I think
Because
Dak
he's
is,
on the most hated team in America.
But all right, I'll say he's properly rated.
Okay.
Because when has he overexceeded and gotten scrutiny that you think is unfair?
Aha.
That's
good
the
po-
thing, right? Like if he doesn't play today,
I love
Bro,
Jack.
we
bro.
just
Let's
replaced
go.
the brains of the pod.
Shout out.
Like last year, right? The Bills lose to the Chiefs in that crazy game.
Sure.
Allen played out of his mind. The
Yeah.
game's not on him.
no, yeah, he didn't get scrutinized for
But
it.
when
right.
has Dak done that and lost? If he doesn't play well, Cowboys lose. If he plays well, they win.
To your point,
Jack, you just shut up, a
Bro,
Cowboys
this boy
fan.
played
You
chess,
just shut
man.
up, Felipe, talking about
Oh
Dak.
my
This is the
God.
most impressive thing I've ever
this
seen
is
in
why
my
it was
life.
hard to answer his question because I've been watching Dak for like 5,
Yeah,
6,
yeah,
7 years.
yeah.
So it's been a lot of games where he's played very well. And those times, people are quiet.
Yeah.
No question about it. He hasn't played an amazing game, and there's been hate there. But also, Dak hasn't had, I think, the team, the infrastructure around him that Josh Allen has had to go to a game like that and play well and really shut everybody up.
This is his moment.
So this is his
the
moment.
game. This
So
is
I
the
agree
game.
with you
Yeah.
to the standpoint that we got to see him get there.
Yeah.
Now he's there. He's playing the Niners defense that everybody's saying is the best in the league. Jack has been screaming about this every fucking week. Every fucking week it's the Niners, the Niners, the Niners. Dak has that defense now on his plate. He's got that Niners offense that has Debo, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. If he performs today and he plays very well, everybody's got to shut up. But you know what they'll say, and this is why I say he's underrated. They'll say he should have beat that team. Let's see it.
Well, yeah, you
they are.
should be
I don't know if they
be
are.
Mr. Irrelevant if we're really talking about it right now. I just gotta hedge it.
To Jack's point, everything he said is factual.
That's-
Let's see him do it.
Factor cap.
It wasn't
We're
a
not
factor cap. Joke's on
overrated,
you.
underrated.
I think he's underrated. I think to me, I agree. Josh Allen, second most turnovers in the NFL, 5 in the last 3 games. Josh Allen is a guy that consistently turns the ball over, and yet we don't hold him to the same standard as Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is scrutinized at a higher rate than any other quarterback besides Tua. And because of that, I think he's underappreciated. I
You
really
think
do.
people
and
care
underrated.
so much about Tua? No
Nobody
one gives a fuck about the Dolphins. No one.
I disagree. I disagree.
My best friend's a Dolphins fan. I know Dolphins.
I disagree.
But that's the only reason. The only reason I ever hear about the Dolphins because of this motherfucker.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
job.
yeah.
That's my job.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I
My
want
job.
to move on. We got a couple more, 2 more. Factor cap. This is for you.
Okay.
Factor cap. Regardless of outcome today, Brock Purdy is the quarterback of the future for San Francisco.
Cap. You spent so much draft capital on Trey Lance. I love Big Cock Brock, Purdy, Penis Purdy, everyone want to call him.
Pretty penis.
That's my one I made up. I don't know if it's going to catch on. But
I was kidding about this. Was that on the spot?
No, he said
no,
that
I've been
before.
saying this for weeks.
Oh,
yeah,
triple P,
the
triple P.
PPP. Yeah.
Triple P.
But no, I don't think unless he wins the Super Bowl, you can't just say he's the quarterback of the future. We've seen guys play like little stints like Nick Foles and shit like that, where he goes out and wins the Super Bowl, and he's not the future of your team. You have to have a competition no matter what next offseason with Trey Lance and Brock. They're both young. It's going to be the cheapest quarterback room in football, and you have to see what's there with both of them. I think Trey Lance's ceiling is still so crazy that you give him a chance. At the very worst, you have Brock Purdy backing him up, and you know you have him Brock.
So
and
if
that's
Brock
fine.
does win the Super Bowl, then do you think he's the quarterback of the
There's
future?
still a competition.
Yeah.
I think there's still a competition.
I think if
It depends how he plays. Because if he's carried by the weapons and the defense, he's not showing me enough that he is the quarterback. He's just a guy that can manage. You can win at the highest level, but I still think you have to see what's there with Trey.
What do you got, Blue-Eyes?
if Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl, what do we judge quarterbacks by? Super Bowls.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Well-
matter what
well,
kind of system they have.
You have Dak Prescott. How's he doing?
Tom Brady won Super Bowls with the best
Just
defenses.
saying.
Gronkowski, amazing systems. We
Yeah.
never said, some people did say he's a product of the system, but we didn't take that away from Tom Brady. It was his Super Bowls.
No,
If
no,
Brock
but
Purdy can win a
but
Super
even
Bowl.
you said it yourself. Tom Brady was never the best at any one given year.
Sure.
You know what I
But-
mean? Like
and
there was
Brock-
always Peyton
but he's
Manning.
still-
There was like that
There was-
one year you won MVP.
Hold on.
Yeah, see? You haven't heard that
Let's go-
take?
Let's go back to the subject at hand.
No. Let's go on this.
No.
Stick to the subject. We gotta move on.
Keep
Wait,
going.
can I continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to.
So if Brock Purdy wins a Super Bowl, what do you want your quarterback to do? Win a Super Bowl. I understand. I've always said this. You can't move on from Trey Lance because of the capital you gave up for him. But guess what? There are teams out there right now that will give up capital for Trey Lance. What teams did we
Yes.
talk about? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's one.
Yes.
They should trade
The
for Trey
Colts.
Lance.
The
Why not?
Vegas
The Colts.
Raiders.
What
Shout
about
out to Indianapolis Colts
So
fans
you
here,
don't
baby.
want to. You don't want
Ryan Kondo, big Colts fan.
So you don't want to get rid of Trey Lance because the capital you gave up. All right, you're not going to get the same capital, but get some capital back. That's okay. Get rid of that. Brock Purdy's your quarterback. He won you a Super Bowl.
Here's the issue. The question was regardless of outcome. Yes, if they get blown out and you see Brock Purdy have a bad game, you're like, yes, it's the reason we traded up to get Trey Lance. We needed someone to help us get over the edge. Now, if you win the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, I don't give a fuck. He is your starting quarterback no matter what because you drafted Trey Lance because Jimmy couldn't get you over the hump.
Yeah.
If Brock gets you over the hump, hands down. Now, I do agree with you in terms of saying it's the cheapest quarterback room. However, you want to recoup that first-round pick if you can, if you know what you have
I
in
don't
Brock
think they'll
Purdy.
get a first-round pick for Trey Lance right now.
I don't agree with that. I think Tampa Bay, if you have a later pick and they're in the playoffs, you might get a first round.
Hey, if we
You
can get a
might.
first-round
You get a
pick from
second.
that and Brock wins the Super Bowl, I'd be fucking pumped. I would
Yeah,
love that.
Obviously.
course.
But I don't think you'd get a first-rounder for Trey Lance right now.
What do you think,
It's
Jack?
going to be tough to win the Super Bowl when you lose to the Cowboys today.
Shut the
Oh, let's go,
This
This
baby.
fucking guy.
That's right,
I was
that's
all
right.
on the
He
settlement
comes in
train.
shitting on the Giants and now praising the
I
Cowboys.
like this
My
next
God.
one. I like this next
What
one.
a
Regardless
piece of
of
shit
outcome today, that's obviously Cap. If they lose, he's not the starting quarterback. If he wins the Super Bowl, he's the starter. But I would keep Lance. I would let
I
it.
agree.
I would let it play out. Halfway into the season, he'll have a full year's worth of games, and then you can evaluate it then.
I still think it's like if he wins the Super Bowl, you go into the offseason like, all right, Brock's our starter, but we're still going to see if Trey outperforms him.
sure.
Like in training camp. You have
All
to
right.
look
It-
at that.
yeah, go for it.
Let's move into the last one here.
All right, let's
Factor
go.
cap. Joe Burrow isn't Joe Burrow without his supporting cast.
Ooh,
Spicy.
go. I know you have some feelings about
That's
this guy.
cat. That's cat. The thing is, it's hard to tell because in college he had one of the most talented teams of all time. With the Bengals, he's had T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, all those dudes. But like, at some point, you are the quarterback that you are because your weapons help you progress.
I agree.
I think Joe Burrow's one of the best quarterbacks, if not. I mean, he's 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes in his career, bro.
Yeah,
Like that says a lot.
we love looking at head to head, and that's a good one.
I just think
You
when
do.
I look at it, every part of my body I want to say fact just for the sake of engagement and being an asshole. But
Well,
I think,
you just completely canceled the whole thing by saying that. That part, I'll say half the shit I say for that, but I don't say it's for the
I feel
engagement.
I hedge. I just think Joe Burrow, yes, to your point, he's had the best team in college. He transferred out of Ohio State, goes to LSU. So this entire time, we've only seen Joe Burrow with the type of weapons. However, the problem with that argument for me is we've always said quarterbacks need help. You need to go get an alpha. You need a supporting cast. You need a defense to overperform. So to that point, I say Joe Burrow isn't Joe Burrow without his supporting cast. I say it's a cap because the fact of the matter is we've always said a quarterback needs help. Joe Burrow has help. He's the guy. So I can't. But I want to say fact because it's more fun and exciting.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes this year lost his guy.
Still got Travis
That's a
Kelce.
testament right there.
He's got one.
That's a testament.
But MVS is not the answer
No,
this year.
Juju.
Juju's not the answer
Definitely
this
not.
year. He's made Mecole Hardman look good. So I think there's not many quarterbacks that can live outside of
Very
their
few.
weapons.
Very few.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, what's the best playoff performance, because I heard you reference it before, of Joe Burrow's career?
Best playoff performance.
It's a great question.
In
I
game?
would, I would say a comeback against the Chiefs.
Come back against the Chiefs? Okay.
That was in Arrowhead.
Wow,
Well,
what,
there's
do you-
not
what,
many
what do you
good-
have? What do you have?
At no point he's in his
Correct.
5
I know where
playoff
you're going
games,
with this.
He has 6 touchdowns.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has multiple interceptions. He's thrown over 300 yards one time. I
Was
actually
that against
think
the Raiders?
against the Titans.
Oh,
He has
Titans.
the most points he scored in regulation is 24 points. And all I'm saying is the defense has shown up for him, which is why I'm excited for today. If he wins today, it'll be the most impressive performance of his playoff career because missing 3 linemen, I think that's the difference in the
Yeah.
game.
Mm.
And they're going to have to score 30 points. to
You
win.
had to score 31, 34,
You gotta
something like
score.
that.
And he hasn't done that yet.
I think it's a good point. However, I think at some point, regardless of what those stats look like, I need my quarterback to make the plays when it matters most. And I think Joe Burrow
But he
in
didn't
that
do that in
Chiefs
the
game.
Super Bowl.
Okay, but he
True.
did that against Kansas City. It was what, 3rd and 16? He ran for 17 yards, or
I'd
whatever
say
it might have been.
in the
I
Super Bowl,
think
like-
that's won it in overtime. You need a full
Totally,
thing.
totally. I just think
All I'm saying is until I see Burrow 303 touchdowns, there's tiers. And
That's
Josh
fair.
Allen is above him in my opinion.
there's levels to this.
Yeah.
So who do you think wins today?
I think Buffalo wins. And I actually don't think it'll be because of Burrow. I think it's the missing 3 linemen is
Yeah, it's tough.
insane.
Bro,
That is
there-
insane.
And like last year, we went on that run without an offensive line, and that was so unprecedented. It's hard to do that twice in a row if you don't have the protection.
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
for sure.
Against
Especially
better
with
teams.
no alignment, they're
Like,
not going to be able to
last-
establish the
Last
run.
year, they beat the Raiders, and one of those touchdowns, the ref blew the whistle. The Raiders
Oh,
were
yeah,
able to
yeah.
play against an interim coach. The next game, 19-16 against the worst 1 seed of all time. The next game, he goes 200 yards against Kansas City. The next game, he gets sacked 9 times against the Rams. He had the Baltimore game. I'll actually say his best playoff performance was against the Ravens. He took everything the defense was giving him. He managed the game perfectly.
Okay.
But he
Okay.
has not had a Joe Burrow game yet.
That's fair.
Like,
That's
he
But
very
is-
they
fair.
could change all that. Him and Dak, like, this is why it's fun to talk NFL.
Yeah.
They could go in a million
Yeah.
different directions.
Yeah.
today.
Let me
Yeah.
ask one hypothetical for you
Yeah.
very quickly. We obviously talked Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. If you swap them, who's the
Yeah.
better team? I want to know your thoughts.
I think Buffalo's got a better team than them, obviously.
Really?
Yeah. I think that Cincinnati has better weapons. But
Yeah.
I think whatever team Josh Allen's on, that's the team I would go with.
Yeah, the Bengals.
Yeah.
So let's go around. Who do we think's winning this Bengals Bills game?
I got Bills.
Bengals.
I got the Bills.
I also have the Bills.
I got the Bills. DeMar Hamlin runs them out. Oh, it's fucking over.
He is
That would be
confirmed
over.
in the.
Is
in
he
the
there?
media.
Oh,
Really?
okay. No,
And
Bills.
it was
Bills.
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Ah, fuck that. You
You
can't
did-
switch.
He said that on Friday. He
No,
did.
I said if Jamar Hamlin's there, it's the Bills are going to win by
Graphics on
40.
Instagram, you
But,
pick the Bengals.
but I do think it'll be a closer game. I
Yeah.
do think it's going to be a very close
Yeah,
game.
the Bengals are 20-5 against the spread the last 25.
Numbers,
With
wow.
Jamar Chase in the lineup, they've covered 21 in a row.
Okay.
Like, they're a good team. Don't get it twisted. But I think Buffalo, this is their game. I think they go to the Super Bowl and beat
All
the
right.
Chiefs too.
Good shit.
All right, we're
Hey,
gonna
take
wrap
us home,
with
Matan.
some bets that we're gonna take with the crowd.
All right.
If you're
Wait,
if you're
hold
here
up.
and listening,
Before we do that,
Yeah.
real quick, can we just go around and get Cowboys Niners?
Oh, yeah, we should. We should.
Cowboys.
Come on.
I'm
taking
Well,
the
well, I
Niners.
think we all know because
All right,
Niners,
all right, go in
Niners.
order again. I'm taking the Cowboys over the Niners. Jack,
I'm
go.
taking the Niners.
Niners.
34-31 Cowboys.
That was your
Wow.
exact prediction.
Nah, mine was 37-35.
Y'all
Yeah,
ain't
for
scoring
For
over
the,
30.
for the sake of the bet, Cowboys. Who I think is going to win? The Niners.
Yeah, because you're smart.
All right,
You're not delusional.
we got a bunch of bets
I am.
that we're gonna take with the crew here today. Yo, everyone! Hi, thank you again for coming out. Really appreciate it. If you're here, thank you for coming. If you're here, you should definitely be sure to sign up for our newsletter. We're going to be taking a bet that with the sign up, so you will automatically be entered to win free merch if the first half over hits in this first
Let's
game.
get it.
All right.
That's good.
Go the over.
Points.
The over.
You'll also get a free beer if you sign up, so be sure to do that. You'll also get another free beer if we all took a first touchdown scorer selection. So if one of our first touchdown scorer bets hits, then you will get a free beer. So should we
If you sign with us.
if
though.
you sign up, right.
You
If you sign
basically it's a list with like all of our names on it right over there.
So
I
so
think,
we're gonna
and
go
then-
around and
yeah.
we'll each say who we think is gonna score first. So I guess I'll go first. I took Josh Allen. He's
Rushing
gonna rush.
tutty?
Josh Allen
Put me down
rushing
for
touchdown.
Matan.
It's
Put me
ballsy, but
with-
I'm excited
with
about it.
Matan.
What about you?
I'm going Jamar Chase, the best weapon on the field. He's gonna do it.
All right, so we're not gonna go chalk. We're gonna go T. Higgins
Nice.
because they're gonna be double teaming Jamar Chase all game. Like you gotta have a safety over the top. Let's go T. Higgins first touchdown.
Bro, I was kind of thinking
Can
Tyler
I
Boyd.
switch?
If you ride, hold on. If you ride with me, you're gonna get a beer. I guarantee you,
Can
you're
I
gonna
switch?
fucking beer. Ride with me,
Can I
baby.
switch?
You
Let's
were the
go.
cockiest
Whatever you want.
motherfucker I know, bro.
I see what I said yesterday, a different name. I'm going to switch it.
Fine.
I got Gabe Davis,
Oh.
first time touchdown scorer.
All right.
Gabriel's his first name.
So if
Yeah.
if you sign up there and you ride with one of us, you'll be entered to get
Yeah.
free beer or free merch of the first touchdown hits. As a disclaimer,
Who
the
does
betting
Jack-
offers we have are only
I'm
for
riding with
21 plus. So if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Please.
If you want a chance to win more, if you
call
want a
that shit
chance
too
to win
much.
more free stuff, follow the Game Day NFL on all social media. Shout out Overlook NYC
Yes,
for hosting us.
sir.
Hey,
Shout out Dennis Lisberger right here for our producer. And
Shout out
for all the
everyone
hard work,
watching.
Dennis has been working his ass off all week for this. Shout
Yeah.
out Olivia and Brian for the merch and the
Cool.
marketing stuff.
and everyone
Oh,
watching.
and that
Shout out
Yeah.
everyone
watching.
watching at home. You are the reason we do this.
And everyone
Thanks,
here.
Jack, for coming.
And everyone here.
Yo, Adam, give your Discord shout out, bro.
Oh, yeah. Agree, disagree. Join our Discord and let us know.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Biz, shout out Biz, Vic.
Yo, facts.
Shout
All
out
the
everyone.
boys,
guys
all the
in the
boys.
Discord.
But in all seriousness, everyone here, thank you so much for coming out. I mean, we wouldn't be in the position we are today to have this without you guys.
I
So-
know we kind of forced some of y'all here just to support and have fun, but it's
Yes.
great. So
Come on, you Cowboys! Yeah.
All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.